Well, good afternoon folks, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another review video. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. We're back with you again with another review. Where are we? We're back in Europe actually. We're up north of the Arctic Circle. We're in Latvia, and this is Riga International Airport in Latvia, Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. This is a payware scenery by Lisium, L-I-S-I-U-M, so a developer I've not heard of. Actually, when I checked on Simmarket, he has got 4 sceneries out, so he is out and about, as it were. We're looking at version 1.0.5. There was a small update released a few days ago, I believe, and this is for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. And note also there is a 2024 version available too. Download comes in at 1.03 gigs, just over a gig, and it installs at 2.23 gigabytes. Currently available from Simmarket and Inibuilds. Give you the Simmarket price, which is slightly better when you add the tax. Comes in at €22.80, which equates to roughly $23.56 US, or £18.99 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include VAT or tax at 20%, which of course may vary depending on wherever you are when you make your purchase. I've had a little look over this scenery. It's good. There are a couple of Riga sceneries out there. This one obviously takes advantage of certain technologies and actually is quite feature rich. And anyway, talking of features, let's have a look at the list of features here. So features: accurate PBR materials, parallax interiors. That'd be interesting to see how that works out. Got the latest airport ground layout, custom ground textures, highly detailed models with high resolution textures all over the place basically. Accurately modelled interiors, and a GSX profile is available from Inibuilds. There's also a version available on FLIGHTSIM.TO. I believe they're the same ones. There is a note that comes with this. At the moment it's limited compatibility with FLIGHTSIM 2024, but there's a fully compatible version coming out in due course. So this works with 2024 with certain limitations, but the developer is bringing out a version that's fully compatible, which is always good to know. Okay, so those are the features. Let's talk about some history now. Okay, so history. Riga International Airport, Echo Victor Romeo Alpha, is a public use international airport owned and operated by the government of Latvia. It is located in the Marup municipality west of the city of Riga, the capital of Latvia, and is approximately 6 miles or 10 kilometers from the city centre. Riga Airport is the largest airport in the Baltic states, with direct flights to 107 destinations as of September 2024. It serves as a hub for Air Baltic, SmartLynx Airlines and RAF Avia, as well as being one of the base airports for the low-cost carrier Ryanair. The Latvian national carrier, Air Baltic, is the largest carrier that serves the airport, followed by Ryanair. The airport was built in 1973 as an alternative to Spilve Airport, which had become outdated. It is a state-owned joint stock company, with the owner of all the shares being held by the government of Latvia. The holder of the state capital share is Latvia's Ministry of Transport. Renovation and modernisation of the airport was completed in 2001, coinciding with the 800th anniversary of the founding of the city. Uzbekistan Airways operated its New York service using an Airbus A310 airliner, stopping at Riga along the way. From 2004, the airline operated Boeing 767s on the route. Closer ties between Uzbekistan and Latvia, and the Latvian government's decision to lower the airport fees at Riga, encouraged Uzbekistan Airways to return to that airport, having left a while ago. However, the airline did eventually terminate the route in 2017. The airport features a single 2-storey passenger terminal building, which has been expanded and upgraded to modern standards several times in recent years. Landside consists of a main hall containing a single row of 36 check-in counters, as well as shops and security area on the upper floor, while the arrivals area, baggage reclaim and some service counters are located on the ground floor below. Airside features departure areas B and C split up into two piers, with the former original smaller boarding area A now only used for some arrivals. Both piers feature 8 stands overall, with jet bridges plus 4 walk boarding stands from the upper level, as well as at several more gates for bus boarding on the ground levels. The B pier is used for Schengen area departures and arrivals, while the C pier is for non-Schengen area departures and arrivals. The terminal features outlets by NAVAIDS, Costa Coffee and TGI Fridays, amongst others, as well as a single airport lounge. Both Air Baltic and the Latvian Civil Aviation Authority maintain their head offices at Riga International Airport. Over 16 airlines operate into and out of Riga International, including British Airways, Lufthansa, LOT Polish Airlines, Sky Up Airlines before the war in Ukraine, and Wizz Air, along with one cargo operator, Sprint Air. So there you go, folks, that's some history for you. The airport's been around a while and gone through several upgrades, and now it's really quite a spectacular international airport. So let's check out this runway and the navigational aids associated with it. Okay, so runways. So I've changed the month to the month of May, early summer. It's 8:25 in the evening, and I thought that this would be a good sort of time to have a look at this single runway. Riga Airport operates a single runway, 1836, measuring 10,500 feet or 3,200 meters, and is made from an asphalt concrete mix. The airport lies at an elevation of just 37 feet, or 11.2 meters, and sits within the GMT UTC plus 2 hours time zone. Now, like much of Europe, Latvia does indeed observe daylight saving time, or DST, but currently with the UK and Latvia now both back on their respective time zones, the airport remains 2 hours ahead of the UK. So let's look at the runway situation here. Both runway ends feature high-intensity runway lighting, High-Intensity Airfield Lighting System version 2, Medium Intensity Approach Lighting System, Helicopter Approach Path Indicators, or HAPI, and the helicopters only, are 10-degree angled, so I have to find those, I'm not sure where they are. Touchdown Zone Lighting and Precision Approach Path Indicators on the left side. So we're looking down the throat of runway 36 here, and here you can see the approach lighting system, which is medium intensity. I can't see anything that resembles a helicopter approach lighting system, but anyway, according to the charts, that's what it has. But we've got the PAPIs, we've got touchdown zone lighting, I think just about here. A closer look in a minute. Centerline lighting you've got, although it's not on the chart. And yeah, that's about it. That looks okay. Let's get to it a little bit closer towards the threshold. Okay, so here we are right up close to the threshold of 36. Here you can see the touchdown zone lighting, which is as per the high intensity airfield lighting system is correct. They've got a centre line, even though there's not marked on the charts, and you've got PAPIs on the left. Now I can't see the okay, maybe this might be it. Let's have a look here. No, that's part of the ILS system. Let's have a look on the right side. Okay, so I can't see the helicopter approach system or the helicopter approach path indicator. I have to try and find a picture of that, and I'll show it to you if I can find it. So approach options. Okay, once again, both runway ends have the same approach options. They've got an instrument landing system with Y and Z options, and they're both certified for Category 2 low visibility operations, which is why you have this system here. You also have an RMP Y and Z approach option, and there's also a VOR approach option. So let's go and have a look at the other end, runway 18. Okay, so here we are looking down the throat of runway 18. And here you can see the approach lighting system. Again, you've got touchdown zone lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, PAPIs on the left. Once again, I can't see anything resembling a helicopter approach lighting system, but maybe that's just not included, I don't know. But as I said, you've got instrument landing system with Y and Z options certified for Category 2 low visibility ops. an RMP Y and Z approach option and a VOR approach option, just as you have at the other end runway 36. So there are preferential runway operations in force. So between midnight and 17:59 hours, landings can be achieved on runway 18 or 36 when they're available. From 1800 to 23:59, landings must be on runway 36. Those times are local. Now there are nighttime restrictions as well. Between 2000 and 0400 UTC, runway 36 departures must be carried out from taxiway Alpha or taxiway Bravo intersection. If these are unavailable, then taxiway C or Kilo intersection should be used. Pilots, check your charts and you'll find out there. So there you go, single runway, nice and long. Instrument approach is available at both ends with some slight restrictions. So that was runways. Let's go and do a jetway test now. Okay, so jetway test. So here we are on stand 106. We've got the PMDG Boeing 737-800, and here's just to show you, we spawn directly from the menu. You've got 3 marks here, just numbered 1, 2 and 3. No aircraft denomination on the marks, but we've landed directly on Mark 2 from the menu, which looks to be okay. So let's test the jetway itself. Okay, so here's the jetway in its current fixed position. Here's the safe area, which nobody should park in or move within when the jetway's moving. So let's just connect the jetway, see what it looks like. So there it goes, the wheels turn at the bottom, which is excellent. The jetway looks good, to be honest, from the outside. Now moving into the safe area, lowering down. Now the stairway at the bottom here is going into the concrete, which is a normal occurrence on many jetways. Connecting up to the aircraft. And there we are, that's connected. Okay, so let's have a closer look at the connection. Okay, so here we can see the actual connection. The hood has gone through slightly at the very top. The jetway's almost right up to the aircraft, but not quite. But it's a reasonably good connection, and no real complaints about that. Let's have a look at the other side. So there's a look from the other side. I mean, it's pretty reasonable. Okay, there's a gap there. It should be right up to the aircraft side in real life, certainly, but actually doesn't look too bad at all. No real complaints. Before we go inside, let me show you this. So it would appear we've got a visual docking guidance system, an active one, a working one, although the letters seem to be sort of a little bit out of place. I wonder if they will sort themselves out once we're actually positioned in with a flight. But they're on, and so chances are they might well be working, which is pretty good. Okay, so let's go inside the jetway door itself and see what it's like inside. Okay, so here's the view inside the jetway. As you can see, the doors are closed, and here's the aircraft door on the side of the 737. Here you can see that it actually hasn't gone right into the side, and I believe the same is true on the other side. But anyway, let's open the door and see if it infringes the side of the jetway. So there goes the door, opening quite wide. That looks to be perfectly okay, to be honest. And there, looking at the top, it looks perfectly fine. And there you can see the other side. I mean, the hood is actually touching the aircraft. It's not gone in, or it doesn't appear to be from there. So let's have a look out from the inside of the aircraft. So there we are, looking out from inside the aircraft. You can see the doors are closed. It's like I said, I would like to see a few more developers have this feature whenever a jetway connects, these doors are open, and whenever it moves away they close like they are now. That would be a really useful feature, certainly for users of GSX. And while we're on the subject of GSX, there is a profile available for this airport. You can get it from the Inibuilds app. So if you buy this product from Inibuilds, you just type in on the GSX profiles. There is a GSX profile specifically for the scenery, and I've got it loaded as well, which is fine. So as you can see, no infringement of the hood inside the cabin, and no infringement of the hood inside the aircraft cockpit either, which is pretty good. So there's an overview of the jetway itself from outside, which looks pretty impressive. Again, it's going to be great to see passengers walking up here when you're using GSX. Okay, so let's disconnect the Jetway. Okay, so the Jetway comes away. The stairs are moving up a little bit. The wheels move in the right direction. There doesn't seem to be any infringement of the wing. And there we go. It sort of goes all the way back, which is pretty good. And there you have it. So there we go, that was the Jetway test. All seems to be working, certainly on that stand. Don't really see any problems at all. Remember, there's a GSX profile available from the Inibuilds. If you've got the app, just download it from the app. Okay, so let's look at the scenery proper now and see what we're presented with this version of Riga in Latvia. Okay folks, welcome back. Here we are back in the daytime, and we're looking at the threshold of runway 36 on the southernmost end. You can see the approach lighting here close up, and also, having looked very closely, I cannot see any sign of the helicopter approach path indicator lighting system, which is supposedly available on this. To be honest, I can't really find it on the, it's not marked on the charts, well, on the chart map per se, but it is listed on the runway. It's listed on the runway chart. I'll put the chart up very quickly and highlight it for you just to show that it is there. But I can't see those lights anywhere in the scenery. I can only see the precision approach path indicators. As I said, centerline is there, even though that's not listed, but again, no complaints. Anyway, let's start the tour, and we will go north and have a look at airside. So as you can see, it's beautifully designated tarmac. Looks pretty clean, but you know, that's great. There's the fence line to the right, which goes all the way around the airport as well. Ground markings are excellent. Just about every drain sign is there as well. There, you look closely, you can see the drainage covers. Here you can see additional parking, helicopter spot there, and you've got this amazing hangar, which is really nicely done. It's a lovely scenery, to be honest. I've had a look over it, and what you're seeing is really good. So a fixed based operator here at Riga. There you've got the Air Baltic hangar, and you've got various static aircraft and and bits and pieces around here and there. It looks really good. I mean, look at the weathering on that building. And there you can see vehicles. It's just very, very nice. Lots of really good detail, weathering. Can't see any vehicles there. Animated flags there. And you've even got the vehicles roaming around as well. When you look at that building there, beautiful. And then we're coming past airside there. You can see through the windows into the terminal there. Here's my stand with the aircraft on it. While we're here, let's go have a look at the control tower. At least I believe this is the tower. Yep, this is the tower. As you can see, it's developed inside, but again, we have no controller. I just don't get it. Why go to this length of putting this detail in, but don't put a controller there? Look, he's even got his coffee cup. I'll never really get my head around why developers go to this length and then just don't add the final touch. However, there we go. It's developed. So there you go. So let's continue the airside tour. The quality of design and development here is good. There you can see people inside the terminal. So have a look at some taxiway signage. There's a no entry sign, so this is the high speed exit. There's a high speed exit here, which you can use. You can see the blue airfield edge lights. There you've got stop bar lighting as well. And there's taxiway delta and signage going to the various aprons. And here's the exit from the cul-de-sac taxiway Victor there, showing you the more signage showing the Foxtrot taxiway, which goes north to south. So continuing the tour north, you've got various other aircraft here. Not sure which of these are FSLTL inserts or which come with the scenery, but you can also see we've got visual docking guidance system. There's the RAF Avia hangar, which was mentioned in the history. And here you've got additional parking. And it all looks pretty good. And once again, you can see the quality of the way that everything's been modelled in 3D. No photo scenery sitting around. Even the grass looks good. So there's the fuel farm, complete with the tankers. And here you've got part of the cargo area, a DHL building. That's actually landside there. So a quick run up to runway 18 threshold there. You can see below us, you can see lots of drainage covers, which is really impressive. Let's see if there are any. There should be runway guard lights here, or wigwags as we call them. But you can see the grass texture's really good as well. And this is FLIGHTSIM 2020. So there we are, runway 18 threshold just across the line there, and we have the wigwags or guard lights working. And note we've got green centerline lights, and they're these really nice type that I like that actually look quite good. So this is holding point Golf, the Cat 2 holding point. It's really quite good. And you've got the radar dome there too. So here's this hangar on the north side. Again, you can see the fence line there. And there's the front of the hangars. They're closed at the moment. And directly in front of the hangars you have these aircraft parked out here. So that takes care of what's on the western side. There's a quick look at the fence line. This is the airside landside boundary at international airports, category 6 and 7 airports. You're required to have this sort of quality of airside landside boundary. The rule, certainly for European rules under EEC rules, which the UK has to abide by as well, you must have a 2.9 metre fence line, 2.9 metres in height, with a crank neck, at least one way. Normally it's pointing outwards to landside. But here you've got the double one, the V, which is again perfectly acceptable. So it's 2.9 metres high. It's supposed to be fixed into the ground, and you're supposed to have a clear way either side of that fence, usually 3 metres, and you must have razor wire on the top. Now the fence line should also have a sign on the other side, basically saying words to the effect that this is a restricted area, no access, it is an offence to enter this area, blah blah blah. So that's required under EEC regulations and ICAO regs, and as you can see, the quality of the fence line here is pretty good. Okay, let's get down to the stand now and have a look at where my aircraft is parked and see the detail. So here's stand 106, as we can see. Some wonderful detail. I mean, it just looks good. You've got this look at the definition in the concrete here is really good. You've got the fuel hydrant connection point here. Bowser pulls up, connects one hose to the hydrant and the other hose to the aircraft, and the fuel comes from underground pipes from the fuel farm that we looked at earlier. And here you've got various bits and pieces. Some of this is GSX, but this vehicle, for example, these two things are in the scenery. But as you can see, some good ground markings. They don't denote what aircraft size or anything. You've just got stands 1, 2, parking points 1, 2 and 3, and we're bang on point number 2. As I said, we come straight from the menu. Stand number there, the visual docking guidance system, which will give you the information. And note the GSX's equipment here is specific to the airport. Here you've got the Riga airport signage on the vehicles. A close look at the Jetway. As you can see, it's beautifully modelled, everything right down to this guardrail here. The tyres are really good. You're weathering on the end here, and the doors are closed at the moment. And weathering on the building, the stairwell inside, you've got the FOD bucket, which is foreign object debris, basically anything lying on the airfield that shouldn't be around. You pick it up and put it in the FOD bin so it doesn't get ingested into aircraft engines. The stairwell, all of this detail is really exceptionally good. So there's a view down the airside road. You can see they've even got the overhead signage, clearance signage in meters. 1 or 2 various vehicles going around. You've got, it just looks good. It really does. And once again, you've got a couple of airport-specific vehicles animated going around as well. There you can see the airport sign. Let's have a closer look. So there it is from airside. You've got a couple of vehicles here, static vehicles. You've got this very unusually shaped building here, which is quite impressive. So there you go. I mean, that looks great. All of that, everything done modelled in 3D. You know, look at the detail and the weathering. It's really good. So here's the view from the flight deck during the daytime. It's just after midday, I think. 10 past 12. Local time is 10 past 12. GMT time, we're 2 hours ahead, so that would show 10:10. That's correct. Visual docking guidance system. There you can see people, static people inside the terminal. And this is the view you get from the captain's seat when you park up on 106. There's a view from the captain's window. And the view looking out through the first officer's side. So while we're here, let's pop inside the terminal, have a quick look at what the developments is like inside. So we're going in from airside. And that looks really quite impressive. There's a view looking further down. We'll take a run down there in a minute, but it looks pretty good, doesn't it? And looking in the other direction, you've got stairs going down to the lower level, and you've got this elevator, which isn't animated. I have seen some elevators being animated in some sceneries. One that comes to mind is the Palma Mallorca scenery by Just Flight. You will see elevators going up and down inside this kind of transparent lift encasing. So here's the far western end of this pier that you can see. It's just nicely done. It is very, very nicely done. So we'll take a little run down the pier. There you've got toilets to the right. And obviously you've got this pier extension here. I've got nothing but good things to say about this. Is to speed it up a little. It's all pretty basically done. You've got a few figures around, which is great. Haven't seen any airport staff or check-in staff. But, you've got a little confectionery stand there. Children's play area. Various people sitting or standing. And it's great. And I think both of the piers are done this way. Adverts there. It's really nice. I really like it when developers go to this length to do a scenery. It's, it just shows you what can be achieved now in this simulator. And can't wait to see how it looks in 2024, because they've obviously improved upon that. But look at those shops. I mean, they're really good. And here we come down to the other end of the main pier here. You've got the duty free, and you can hear passenger chit chat as well, which is great, adds to the ambience of the place. Here's the departures board.
Attention please. Aviation Security Service announcement. Dear passengers and airport guests, please do not leave your personal belongings.
So there you can hear airport announcements. Unfortunately, the departures board is quite blurred, unfortunately.
Thank you for your understanding.
And going a bit closer doesn't really help. But as you can see, it looks really good looking down that direction there. And there you've got a little restaurant too. So this is a flavour of what you'll find inside the terminal airside, which I think is impressive. Okay, so a couple of views landside now. Here you've got this huge car park, and once again the attention to detail and the quality really makes this. No photo scenery, no sloppy sort of low resolution roads, cars dumped all over the place. Most of this looks pretty good. There's the odd car here slightly out of alignment, but everything else looks pretty impressive. And here you can see the grass and the road all done in 3D, all nice and clear. And here you can see the entry and exit barriers into the car park, which is just a good example of the sort of detail that you're finding in this product. And look at the concrete here. It's really, really well done. Today we're looking out to the approach road that comes into the airport. There's the Air Baltic training facility out landside. Really nice building, again animated flags, and you've got various other buildings to investigate here as well. Okay, so let's move towards the terminal complex landside and have a look and see what we've got here. Once again, all of the little bells and whistles, animated flags, signage, beautiful 3D roads, all done in proper detail. Traffic signage is also decent. And there you've got, I think that's car rental down there. And here we are going across the front of the terminal upper, and you've got people standing outside. Inside of the terminal's developed landside, we'll look at that in a minute. But this is great. It just gives you the ambience that you want on an airport. I mean, okay, it's not going to mean anything to you pilots who are just interested in flying in and out. But again, this just shows you what's available, what can be achieved in this simulator. Okay, really good quality parallaxing on that building there, which I believe is a hotel. And once again, some stunning quality buildings landside. This is Air Baltic's main building here. And again, look at the quality of the parallaxing. So just passing back the other way to look at the lower level, there's the car park, and the flags look great. Road signs, the foliage, all of this has been so nicely done. It's impossible really to find fault with it. It's very nice. And going further landside, you've got this building here, which I believe is a multi-storey that's under construction. Again, really nicely done. As you can see, you've got various construction vehicles and bits and pieces here. That's great. Okay, so that was a tour of the airport landside and airside during the daytime. As you can see, it's just a A wonderful job has been done. Let's turn it down to dusk now and have a look at the lighting. Okay, 5:15 in the evening. It's the 12th of February 2025 is the date of this video, and here we are with an overview of airside, and you can see the lighting has come up really nice. It's very subtle, plenty of it. Green centerline taxiway lighting, blue airfield edge lights. A couple of the signs are lit as well, which you can see there. Some really nice drop lighting on some of the hangars and bits and pieces, and the stands look good, and lighting landside looks impressive too. There, looking south, that's the runway 36 threshold in the distance. Here's the high-speed exit just here, and looking to the north there's runway 18 threshold, and you've got the cargo stands here and the moon going down in the distance. Really nice. Okay, so we'll start with the view from the cockpit. Again, here we are, stand 106. This is what you see at this time of the day as the sun starts to go down, and it's really nice. View from the first officer's window. And just for a change, I thought I'd show you a view from the passenger window on the port side. So I thought we'd start with some of the signage here. As you can see, they're in properly into the grass, and they do reflect onto the grass. The centerline lights look really good. Here you've got the stop bars as well, and the blue airfield edge lights. This all looks pretty good. You're not really going to have much trouble finding your way around here. Here's a little look at the runway signs, taxiways coming into and off on runway. As you can see, the signage is good, it's bright, and the wigwags are really nice. So here's the DHL building we looked at earlier. This is on the north side of the airport, and you can see all of these light stands everywhere are actually working, which is great. And we still have small individual lighting on the building, which is a very nice touch. So let's just travel south. As you can see, I can't see any Asobo globes flying around at all. The lighting is provided correctly by the stands that you can see, and it all looks pretty impressive. Really good to see local vehicles. The stands look good, and you can see also there, you can see inside the terminal, which is great. So the stand lighting is excellent, really no complaints at all. And I just thought we'd have a quick look inside the terminal from an outside. This is airside, we're looking through the glass. To the left you've got one of the piers there, and yeah, it doesn't look good, doesn't it look great? And there's another view looking into the terminal from airside. Really no complaints, it's been beautifully done, it really has. And once again, a couple of close-ups on the stand for you. And there's the visual guidance docking system. I mean, it's all correct. It's just, I don't know, the lettering is a little bit out of place, but maybe they can fix that. And as before, there's a view down the airside road. There's my aircraft parked on the stand, and you know, various airport specific vehicles and bits and pieces. And again, you've got the wonderful concrete work here. 3D modelling is brilliant. So here's the sunset view from inside the tower looking out. I mean, it's a really nice effect, certainly on the glass. It looks great. Really no complaints at all. The only complaint I have that there really needs to be at least one controller in here. Although I think for an airport this size with their operations, you'd probably have 2 people manning this. But nevertheless, a really nice view from inside the tower. And I thought I'd have a look inside the tower building below it, because I thought it was parallaxing. But to some extent it is, but I mean, just look how real this is. I've actually popped inside the building and it still looks pretty real. I mean, okay, these are two-dimensional, but this is great. And when you come outside of the building, this is what it looks like close up from outside, as it's meant to look, and it's just brilliant. Okay, a quick pass towards the north just to look at the car park and these various buildings. As you can see, the lighting quality is brilliant. Really no complaints. Everywhere you look, the modelling is top notch. All the little details, look at the downlights on some of those buildings. Again, we've got this high quality parallaxing, which gives a wonderful effect. So fuel farm to the right there, DHL building to the left, just wonderful. All of the stand lights are lit, no Asobo globes anywhere, brilliant. So once again we're tracking towards landside, and just look at the detail on the building, and the parallaxing is such high quality. And again, the car park filled with cars and no Asobo globes floating around anywhere. All the light stanchions work. So we approach the terminal from landside. Again, look at the quality of that parallaxing on that building to the right. Again, some stunning modelling and quality here. So as you can see, I mean, it looks great, it really does. So let's go inside here quickly. Okay, we've got people lining up at a check-in desk there. It's just a pity that we don't have an airline agent here behind the check-in desk. But once again, a top quality job's been done here. Again, you've got chit-chat and airport airline announcements. There we are, looking in the other direction. It's beautiful. It is very, very nice. So there was a quick look at dusk. Let's take it down to night time now. Okay, 10 PM local time. As you can see, the sun is pretty much gone now. And here we are, just having a look from landside to airside at night time. Lighting's come up. It's not too brash. It looks pretty impressive, to tell you the truth. And there you can see the approach road to landside from the left, and the lighting is just, you know, perfect. Today you've got the bus stop on the lower level there. And there's a view from landside looking in. So just a little pass towards the south there, you can see the parallaxing on the building on the left there. Here's the bus park, and airside looks good from here. I mean, there's so much to see at this airport. It looks really great. And the weathering is fantastic. So a very quick pass airside back along the stands. As you can see, it's just quality. Wherever you look, it's really good. Very nice indeed. It really is wonderful. Okay, so that was a brief look at night time. Let's bring the dawn up. Okay, 8:15 in the morning local time, and this is the view looking towards the west, and you can see this lovely red glow that comes along in the buildings. Is great. Looking southwest, you've got the Air Baltic hangar there in the distance. And looking northwest, you've got the cargo area and the fuel farm over there. And looking out landside towards the entrance to the airport there, you've got the sun coming up. And yeah, it just looks wonderful, doesn't it? Okay, 10 AM local time, and time to give you my thoughts and comments and wrap up this review for you. What do I think? It's a no-brainer, really. It's a lovely airport. It's certainly the best version, in my humble opinion. Lots has been done, and you know, arguably at the price, it's a bit of a steal. 23 euros, just getting on for $24 US or 19 quid. I mean, there's a lot of work here, where some developers are charging sort of 25 euros and upwards. So I think the price is excellent. There's a lot here. If you like to go into this country, not an awful lot of stuff has been done for Latvia, but there are a lot of airline services that go in here, and as you can see, there's provision for helicopters as well, and it's right near the town. I mean, it's a beautiful place to fly into, certainly from the UK. But I think kudos to the developers, as they've got pretty much everything right. Taxiway, signage, jetways, the stands, I mean, it just all looks good. Landside looks lovely. The multi-storey car park under construction is a nice touch as well. And they've gone to town here. You know, everything is 3D modelled. The texturing and weathering is really good. And this is FLIGHTSIM.2020. I mean, wonder how it looks in 2024, certainly when they finish the compatibility. But there's loads to see, lots for you pilots here airside. It's just a wonderful scenery. Everything's really good. I have no hesitation in recommending it at all. Okay, so there you go. It's Riga International Airport in Riga, the capital of Latvia. Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. This is a payway scenery. It's his fourth scenery by developer Lisium. And you're currently looking at version 1.0.5 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. This scenery is compatible with 2024 with one or two issues. The developer is currently working on producing a version which will be freely available for 2024. Download is just over a gig, and it installs at 2.23 gigs, so it's not huge, but there's an awful lot in it for that size. I'm quite surprised. It's available from both Simmarket and Inibuilds. Simmarket price at the moment €22.80, which equates to $23.53 US or £18.99 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include tax or VAT at 20%, which may vary depending on your country where you are when you make your purchase. Lots and lots to like about this scenery. It's one of the best out there at the moment. It's certainly way up with the best of them in my humble opinion. GSX profiles available if you buy it directly from Inibuilds, and there's also the version on FLIGHTSIM.TO for those who buy it from Simmarket. So you're covered for GSX users, but plenty to enjoy about this scenery. So thank you guys, thanks for watching, thanks for joining me. Hang on for this week for the second review, where we will be looking at Phuket in Thailand, the latest version out for this year by Siam Flight. Now, there are a couple of versions of this airport out, but we're going to be able to have a look at this version. That will come out later this week. Next week, just a heads up, I hope to get a look at Isfahan Airport in Iran. That's by Iron Sim, which is a new product, and Maun Airport in Korea, not to be confused with Maun Airport in Botswana. This is Maun Airport in Korea by Fly Too High. I'm trying to try and look at those next week, and we've got more airports to come thanks to the kind developers who sent me products free to be able to review. I'm really pleased. So thank you for watching, folks. Have a great week, fly safe, and I'm looking forward to the Airbus A350. Are you? Take care. Bye bye for now.